Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Shots Fired Podcast, DFW. We have a little debate going on here as to, who the best wide receivers in the game are. We've had some controversy with some recent comments made by Antonio Brown towards Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin was on the Undisputed show, and I mean, he was giving AB his flowers, and AB felt some kind of way after the fact and decided to really throw some shade at the playmaker. I think unwarranted shade at that. And it just kind of caught me off guard. But then again, like nothing that AB does now catches me really off guard. But it didn't make sense to me why he came at Michael Irvin the way he did. Julio, do you have the exact tweet up? I'm sorry, the exclamation up from AB to Michael Irvin? Please try to censor it as best you can.
Oh man. All right. So AB says about Michael Irving. Michael Irving, stay off the cocaine. I got way more stats than you.
Homosexual slur.
There you go. You from Boward, not Miami. We slapped the shit out of your old ass, basically.
So, I mean, Michael Irvin's Mount Rushmore of receivers kind of threw me off guard. So I was like, you know what? I started thinking about mine, and I was like, who would be in my top four, my Mount Rushmore of wide receivers? So we're gonna get into that, guys, and we'll just kind of give our thoughts and opinions on our list. So we'll start from the bottom, work our way up. My number 4 on my Mount Rushmore is none other than Megatron Calvin Johnson. I don't know if it's the fact that I've seen him just dominate the Cowboys and have like 300-yard receiving games to where I'm just like, you know what, this guy's just dominant. And I do think that he retired early, kind of like Barry. So for me, I do think if he would have had a really good quarterback, I mean, Stafford was good, but he wasn't, the team surrounding him just wasn't that great. But if he would have been in a winning program, would have been a way more impressive story for sure. So give me Megatron at number 4. T, who's your number 4 on your Mount Rushmore?
None other than the playmaker. Okay. I can't leave off my man, bro. Mike Irvin, bro. Yeah, man. I have to go Mike Irvin, number 4. Only reason I can't go higher is because there were bigger, faster, and stronger receivers than him. Mm-hmm. And that's not a shot at Mike Irvin. I love Mike Irvin. I love his game. I love what he was about. But none other than the playmaker, bro. Got 3 rings.
Hey, he kind of revolutionized the receiver position, man. He was big and physical.
Yeah.
He knew how to, push off that elbow, but still get away with it. And the fact that he wasn't necessarily the biggest or the fastest, but he still had all that success.
Always made plays.
Always.
Throw the damn ball up. What I'm going to do? Make plays.
Make plays.
He on record saying that. So that's my number 4.
Good call at your number 4. Julio, who's your number 4 on your Mount Rushmore of wide receivers?
For wide receivers, I had the exact same pick you did, Joe. Not even gonna lie. For me, it was Megatron. Megatron, again, I don't think it's just based off of his play against the Dallas Cowboys. It's just he was a phenomenal receiver. Big guy, could catch anything. If you threw it up, he was getting it. He was coming down with it. He destroyed cornerbacks. Didn't matter who it was lined up against him. There have been so many times and so many stories that I've heard, documentaries that I've seen with Megatron, where they interview some of his past rivals, and they're like, yeah, man, that was the one guy that, every time that I saw that game on our schedule, it was one of those that I was like, man, I know he's going to give me, hell the entire game. I also agree that he retired way too early. A lot of it had to do with foot injuries and ankle injuries, things of that nature, and that's why he kind of stopped. But at the end of the day, phenomenal receiver, great hands, was able to go up and get the ball, and just an awesome player. There was a reason why they gave him the name Megatron. So he was that guy. He was that dude to throw to every single time. So that's my number 4 too.
T, you were shaking your head. No, what was the reason Megatron retired when he did?
I mean, can I just start off going to number 3 then? Let's just roll into it.
Well, let me know why he quit so early first.
I mean, for me to tell you that, I have to start off at number 3. Because for almost every reason that Julio gave, Megatron is my number 3.
Okay.
Bro, he didn't retire early because of injuries. He retired early because he knew Detroit wasn't winning no damn Super Bowl, bro. He was wasting away.
He was.
He didn't want to play for anybody else.
Right.
Bro,
Mhm.
but, for almost every reason you said, bro, he throw the ball up, he gonna get it. He was an amazing route runner, big,
Mhm.
strong, fast, and physical. It's damn near everything you want in a receiver, bro. It is everything you want in a receiver. So
Mhm.
when you look at him, it looked like a big ass tight end out there playing wide out, bro, playing
Yeah.
the X.
No
So,
joke.
like I said, for almost every reason that you named, Megatron is my number 3.
Nice.
Okay.
So I'm gonna follow that up with my number 3, and that is none other than T.O. Terrell Owens.
What?
He
Okay.
man, he was a competitor, bro. He was just a guy that he could affect the game. If he was on, he was a weapon. He was dangerous. He was big. He was fast. He was strong. He was smart. I think what really sold me on T.O. was having that broken foot and still playing in the Super Bowl for Philadelphia. And he didn't just go out there because it's the Super Bowl. He went out there like a dog, and he was all about making any play he could to win that game. And for me, I was like, you know what? He takes a lot of mess. A lot of people disparage his name, and some of that could be warranted. He's out there doing sit-ups in his driveway and acting a fool, but the man could play ball, bro. He was a phenomenal receiver. So for me, T.O.'s my number 3.
Damn. Well, it's kind of hard to follow that up, but for me, my number 3 I'm gonna say is none other than Randy Moss. Randy Moss to me is another big receiver. Also, kind of to what you said, Joe, about T.O. was a dog. That dude, when he was on, and people
He
would
was
throw it. It
on.
didn't matter. It didn't matter who was back there throwing the ball. All you had to do was throw it in his direction, and the man would make plays.
Bro, he got
Randy
a
Moss,
term coined after him.
Yes.
exactly. So for me, Randy Moss was just one of those guys that, again, also to what T said, is as a receiver that's the type of receiver you want to have on your team. Big guy, can go up and get the ball when he needed to, can make cuts, can run routes like no other person can. Man, that dude was phenomenal. So for me, my number 3, Randy Moss.
Nice.
Mhm.
All right, Julio, then I'll let you rewind that and go to your number 2.
Oh, for my number 2 is T's number 4. None other than the man himself, the playmaker, Michael Irvin. That guy, I cannot leave him off of this list. That guy, the epitome of being a dog, the epitome of making plays, the epitome of when you needed him, he was there. He could make catches, he could fight through coverages, he could do it all. And they gave him the nickname the playmaker for a reason. He
Yeah.
made plays. He made things happen when it didn't look like nothing could happen. He would make it happen. And he would let you know about it right after he made the damn play. So for me,
Oh, he was steady talking shit.
Yeah, he
Oh,
stayed
all
talking.
game long. That guy, you talk about a dog, that was a dog. A dog. So for me, even though I'm biased, Michael Irving, number 2 for me, all time. That's
Yeah,
Nice.
I could dig it. I could dig it.
T, who you got for your number 2, brother?
Bro, you already named him, T.O. You
What?
can't, bro, you can't go down a top 4, hell, a top 3 without having Terrell Owens on there. I mean, did he have his issues with having some butter hands? Hell yeah, sometimes.
At the end
But
of his career, he did.
Yeah.
look at every stop he played, and look at what he did at every stop. San Fran took him. I think it took him a year to catch on. Once he got in, balling. Came to or went to Philadelphia. Philadelphia. I mean, ball. Came to the Cowboys. Ball. Hell, I think he even played up in Buffalo. He balled. Like you said, played in the bowl with a broken foot, bro. Was it a broken foot or broken leg?
I think it was a leg.
Yeah, I think it was the leg too. Bro, he played in the bowl with a broken leg or a broken foot. Went out there and balled. Bro, you can't have a list and leave T.O. off that list, man.
No, you can't. You can't. The guy was he was good, bro. I think everybody that you guys have listed so far is like, I can't hate on your list. My number 2 is Randy Moss for sure.
What?
He had like deceptive speed. Like
Bro.
he didn't run fast, but he just kind of glided like a gazelle.
Bro, he galloped. He galloped.
Big old steps. And
bro.
Before you knew it, like he was past you. He was mossing you. You put it. His catch radius was ridiculous,
man.
And he could do it all, man. He had it like that. There was not a lot that Randy couldn't do. I think the biggest disappointment about Randy Moss, in my opinion, and it's not even his fault, is the fact that we passed on him and we picked up Greg Ellis in that draft because everybody said Randy Moss had character issues. When the hell have the Cowboys ever gave a damn about character issues?
With character issues.
And we passed on what is my number 2 greatest wide receiver of all time because of character issues coming out of Marshall. And I'll tell you what, the things he could have accomplished here in Dallas. Yeah, I think he's from Alabama.
Bro, he would have been held in that same regard as like that we hold Mike Irvin in. Bro.
He would have been a phenomenal 88.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, Randy Moss is my number 2. And I think it's pretty consistent. If you don't agree with me for the number 1, then I'm all ears as to who your number 1 is. But my number 1 is Jerry Rice. Small guy, super fast, best routes in the game, and that boy was all about the yak because he Montana hit him for 5. He's taking it the other 80. Like he's to the house. So to me, Jerry Rice was just, there's none better. You'll not find a better receiver in NFL history than Jerry Rice. So transcended the game, revolutionized the position, and to me, you can't name me. I'll say this: if you can name a better number 1, then I'll respect your opinion, but you won't change mine. It should be Jerry Rice. T, I see you with your eyes bugged out like that when I said that. So I'm interested in who your number 1 is.
I was bugged out, bro, because you said Jerry Rice was super fast and he wasn't.
He was.
Fast. He was average speed.
No,
bro, he was a 4.5 guy. Seriously. And that's not to take nothing away from him. But
I mean, a combine speed ain't football speed.
Bro, he was not super fast, bro. Well, But anywho, this ain't a debate on whether he was fast or not. My number one is Jerry Rice. For all the reasons you named, except that one, he just found a way to get open, bro. Found a way to be open all the time, and it was hard for me to really put him to say he was number one because it was a battle with him and To, because I actually really like To more than him.
T.O.
But
retired him, bro. Not retired him, but got him out of San Fran.
yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, but that you know, he just, bro, like you said, he just found a way to be open, bro. And when he was open, hell, when he wasn't open, he made plays. He just
Right.
made
Mhm.
plays. He always found a way to catch the ball. You never really hear the stories of a Jerry Rice having the dropsies.
Nope.
You say that
Nope.
about everybody else, but when they talk about Jerry Rice, he caught the ball. And when he caught the ball, he took it to the house. So
Mhm.
my number one, I have to get, as much as I hate to do it, I have to give it to him. And I
Julio.
hate to do it because I don't like San Fran.
I'm in the exact same boat with you guys. I mean, I guess it's unanimous across the board for me. My number one, even though I hate to do it, is going to be Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice was all the things that you guys have mentioned already. Hardworking, uh, great route runner. I don't agree also that he was the fastest
Phenomenal
guy
route
on the
runner.
field, but he was the best, hardest working wide receiver, changed the game,
Mm-hmm.
made the position what it is today.
Mm-hmm.
He paved the way for that. And for that, I can't do anything but give him his flowers for that, because as for that position, he was the best of the best. He is undisputedly the GOAT when it comes to the wide receiver position. Um, and as you guys mentioned before, I've never seen a ball thrown in Jerry Rice's direction that he hasn't caught, that he dropped, or anything. So for me, Jerry Rice, he is the top dog as far as wide receivers go.
Y'all have any honorable mentions?
Yeah, bro.
Ooh. Oh.
I you know, if not for To, Randy Moss would have been on my list.
Okay.
Well, honestly, scratch that. If not for Megatron, Randy Moss would have been on my list. It was really a battle between him and Randy Moss, and I gave that edge to Megatron just because of what he was able to accomplish, um, where he played. Honestly,
Yeah.
because when you looked at Detroit, you just knew Detroit was never going nowhere. They wasn't in playoff contention. Did they win some games? Yeah. Could you say Stafford was good? Yeah. But you just knew they weren't going anywhere. So for those reasons, Randy Moss, and I'm sorry I had to leave him off because I love Randy Moss, bro. I love Randy Moss. But if not for Megatron, he would have been there.
Nice. Julio, you got any?
Man, um, there have been a lot of great receivers within our lifetime so far that have played the game. If I had to give an honorable mention to anybody, I would have to say Sterling Sharp. I like that
Yeah,
cat. Was a
yeah,
really good ball player, great wide receiver, was also a dog, loved to go up and get the ball.
yeah.
Um, I can't remember what were the things that caused him to go into retirement or for him to
It was
stop
his
playing.
neck.
Yeah,
His neck.
fractured. He broke his neck.
Yeah, so I mean, outside of that, I still remember him being one of those receivers that everybody talked about. Everybody was like, "Man, watch Sterling Sharp. Watch how
Yeah,
he runs routes. Watch his hands. Everything." He was a great receiver. So
that
my
was a good one, bro.
honorable mention for me would be Sterling Sharp.
And I
What
think
about
my honorable mention, I mean, I didn't really see it. I had to like really go back and look to see it. Like at the time, everybody would talk about him, and I was just like, I don't get it. But Larry Fitzgerald, like to me, like I didn't
Yeah.
understand the hype. I really had to like watch like highlight tapes, and then I was like, oh man, like he was good.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
think me
But
and you had that discussion, didn't we?
yeah,
Yeah.
because I was like, bro, he plays in Phoenix or
Arizona.
Arizona, whatever. I was like, I was like, who? But yeah, like he was good, bro. Like so, and he had the longevity. Played a lot of games, had a good career. So my honorable mention would be Larry Fitzgerald.
Ocho
If
Cinco.
you, I'm gonna say this right now. If you had to pick one from today's era that you would see in the future that could possibly get to a Mount Rushmore, who would you take and who would you pick?
Tyreek.
Okay. What about you, Big Joe?
If he stays on that trajectory, then Tyreek. I don't know what his longevity will be. He's gonna have to do it consistently for I would say like 3 or 4 more years. And then at that point, if he has this same kind of stat line and stuff like that, then hell yeah, Tyreek Hill for sure. But right now, based on what I've seen, man, he's probably the closest that I can think of right off top. Um, maybe a Justin Jefferson or a Jamar Chase, but it's gonna take you. You're gonna have. To me, it's not just a small sample size of you played 5 years and you just balled. It's like do it 8, 9, 10 years consistently. Then we're talking. Okay, now you're here. So for me, those are the guys that I could see: Tyreek, Jamar, Justin Jefferson.
Okay. Well, for me, if I had to pick one, I know I'm being biased right now, but for me, it's CD. Even though he's still young and only in what his third season now, right? Is his third season or
I
fourth
think it
season
is
now?
his third.
Third season.
Yeah.
I think that again, kind of what you just said. If he stays on the trajectory that where he's at right now, just showing the amount of playmaking that he can make, the difference that he can make if you get the ball into his hands. Um, I think that he would be one of those guys too that will be close, if not succeed Michael Irving wearing that 88. I'm not saying that he has done that yet, but he's working towards it. And I can see him being the next 88 that everybody's like, maybe he will replace that conversation of Michael Irving and it'll be now CD instead of Michael Irving. So,
Do you think CD has to win 3 Super Bowls to get to that point?
oh, hmm.
Bro,
As a
the only
Cowboy
way he
fan, I'm gonna say yes because
Then
Mike
he'll
did it.
never pass Michael Irvin.
We don't know that.
I can assure you of that.
We don't know that.
If it's going to take 3 Super Bowls to pass Michael Irvin, he'll never get there.
We shall see. That's all I'm going to say. We shall see.
What do you think, T? You agree with that or no? You think that's too bold of a statement?
I mean, if it's based on bowls, yeah. But to be honest, I think that, bro, you put them there, like CD would have to consistently be what he's been this year.
Yep.
And he would have to be good with quarterbacks that are not that good. So if your quarterback go down, you still put up, good stats. The thing with CD that's getting me is he doesn't really do anything versus the best corners. Mike Irvin did this stuff versus Dion.
Aeneas
versus
Williams,
like some
Daryl
corners
Green.
that
Yeah.
are in the
Yep.
Hall of Fame. These
Yep.
corners now, like, and it's not knocking the corners now, but when CD put his numbers up, he put them up in the slot. That's
Yeah.
not pulling a Ramsey. That's not pulling hell, who else is a great safety? Xavier Howard. You know what I'm saying? He might ball out versus Diggs, but we don't never see that because they on the same team. So you balling out in practice. So And that's not to take anything away from CD, bro. Do I think he's a great young receiver in today's game? Absolutely. But if you're basing his Hall of Fame potential versus Mike Irvin and you're using the Super Bowls as the measuring stick, he's not going to get there because we not winning 3 bowls, especially in a time frame that they wanted. They got 3 in 5 years, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's
We
hard to
in year
make.
3.
It's hard to make 3 Super Bowls in like a franchise history,
Exactly.
let
Mhm.
alone in one player's career.
But the player that could have been on this list if he was in the league is AB.
Absolutely could have been if he would have just not had CTE, bruh.
Yeah.
And who was it that messed him up? Vontez Burfict?
He initiated it, yes.
Bruh.
He ain't been the same since that hit, bro.
No, he hasn't. And
Yeah.
that's not even to make light of the situation. Like, he ain't been right.
Nah.
He just
Nope.
hasn't.
No.
So we hope you enjoyed our list, everybody. Let us know what your Mount Rushmore of wide receivers is. If you agree with us, if you don't agree with us, let us know in the comments, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.